Alright, so in this problem, I have 4 to the power of x is equal to 8. So obviously here, I want to find the value of x. So for my solution, first start by rewriting my problem. So I have 4 to the power of x is equal to 8. Now 4 here, this is the same thing as 2 squared. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2 squared to the power of x. All I did was replace 4 with 2 squared. And now 8, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So I'm going to replace 8 with 2 to the power of 3. So I have 2 squared to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 3. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 2 times x, which is simply 2 to the power of 2x. And now this is equal to 2 to the power of 3. And now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. Meaning, in this case, 2x is equal to m and 3 is n. So I have 2x is equal to 3. And this is a simple equation. All I have to do is divide both sides by 2. So then these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to 3 over 2. Alright, so in this problem, I have 3 to the power of n minus 2 to the power of n is equal to 65. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by rewriting 3 to the power of n as 3 to the power of n to the power of 1. And I have minus 2 to the power of n to the power of 1 is equal to 65. And anything to the power of 1 is itself. So 3 to the power of n to the power of 1 is simply 3 to the power of n. Now, I'm going to rewrite 1 as 2 over 2. And 2 over 2, that's 1 again, so it's the same exact thing. And I'm going to do the same for 2 to the power of n. So now the reason I did that was because if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m times n. So n times 2 over 2, that's the same thing as 3 to the power of n over 2 times 2. Or sorry, to the power of 2. And the same thing for this. Now I'm going to let 3 to the power of n over 2 equal a, and 2 to the power of n over 2 equal b. So now I have a squared minus b squared is equal to 65. And a squared minus b squared, that's the same thing as a plus b times a minus b. And 65 I can rewrite as 13 times 5. So I have a plus b times a minus b is equal to 13 times 5. And we can say that a plus b is equal to 13 and a minus b is equal to 5. So now I have a system of equations. And to do this, I'm going to cancel these two out, add a and a, so I get 2a is equal to 13 plus 5, which is 18, meaning a equals 9. And if a equals 9, I can go ahead and plug in back to this one of these equations I'm going to do here. So I get 9 minus b is equal to 5, meaning b is equal to 4. So a equals 9 and b equals 4. Now remember how we let a equal 3 to the power of n over 2. So 3 to the power of n over 2 equals 9, meaning n is equal to 4. And 2 to the power of n over 2 is equal to 4, meaning, again, n is equal to 4. So this is my solution. All right, so in this problem, I have x to the power of x to the power of 6 is equal to 144. So to solve this, I'm going to start by taking the power of 6 on both sides. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m. And this is the same thing as a to the power of n times m. So x to the power of x to the power of 6 to the power of 6, I can actually switch these two places. So now I have x to the power of 6 to the power of x to the power of 6 is equal to 144 to the power of 6. Now I'm going to let x to the power of 6 equal to the variable y. And now, because we have 2x to the power of 6 over here, I can simply substitute in y for x to the power of 6 into my equation. So if I do that, I get y to the power of y is equal to 144 to the power of 6. Now what I'm going to do is rewrite 144 as 12 squared. So now I have y to the power of y is equal to 12 squared to the power of 6. So now what we're going to do is, remember how we have this property. If I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m, as well as a to the power of n times m. So I have 12 to the power of 2 to the power of 6, and this is the same thing as 12 to the power of 2 times 6. And 2 times 6, that's equal to 12. So I have y to the power of y is equal to 12 to the power of 12. And if I have something in the form a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, then this means that a is equal to b. So in this case, y to the power of y is equal to 12 to the power of 12, meaning y is equal to 12. And now remember how we let x to the power of 6 equal to y. So I have x to the power of 6 is equal to 12, meaning x is equal to 6 root of 12.